Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Our dad told us not to be ashamed of our code, especially when it is working, you know? Yeah, I see that. Your daddy gave you good advice. Sometimes I even finish tasks in one day. Sometimes I code so fast that it ends up in one class. Well, my daddy also gave me a few advice on how to not end up with a code in one class with the usage of some refactor. Will you show me? I'll be right happy to. So, yeah. Anyhow, we have two things to discuss today. First one is that we changed the design of the cards, which will be presented in a moment. And the second one is that I made animations whenever the card is being damaged or healed. Let's go quickly and look at the card first. So, I also thought to myself, maybe I will do something like a card reveal. And now we'll be going on with it. So I present to you Fenrir. Fenrir will be a 1 attack 4 life card. His special ability will be Taunt, which means that the other creatures can't be really attacked until you kill all of the Taunt cards. As all the other cards, its cost will be 2 favor and will increase by 1 every time you buy a Fenrir into your deck. Also, Fenrir requires you to have a spirit card inside of your deck to be buff. This is the first concept of the card, so you can see that not all of the data are correct or some things are missing, like the cost of the favor of this card. Now let me make a quick introduction into the story of the Fenrir. Fenrir is a son of Loki, and he is ever growing, and as he gets bigger and bigger, also does his strength. Gods notice it, and they started to being afraid of him. So they came up with a tricky plan to imprison him in kind of ribbon chain. As the Fenrir is ever growing, he will grow so big that he will devour the sun, and eternal darkness will come upon the world. And those events will be the beginning of the Ragnarok, the final fight between giants and the gods, in which Fenrir will kill Odin. Right now you can express yourself in a comment which version do you enjoy more and why, the old one or the new one. Right now we can go to the second thing. And I created animation that whenever the life of a card changes, yeah, you can see it behind, so I won't explain it. And you may think that it was kind of simple, but as the project goes bigger and bigger, there is more dependencies in here. And of course there were some problems. Let's check them out. The first thing of all is that I can't keep my animation inside of the card view. It is because I don't know how many of animations on a card will I have, and maybe I would like different cards to have different animations. Let me quickly draw a diagram which will explain all of these concepts. As you can see here, I have a card view and it has animate life change. And right now I want to create two different animations. For example, a quick animation life change and a slow animation life change. So I have to inherit over those classes. And then whenever I want to create a new animation type, I would have to inherit a class, which is not too good. But there is a thing that is far more worse than this what we are looking at. What happens if I would like to add a new kind of animation, like for example, shake on damage animation? It produces me another inheritance, and all of the other classes have to also implement some kind of shake animation. The possible outcome of classes is a multiplication of those two methods, and if I would add a third method, the worst case scenario in here of the number of classes is the number of the permutations of those methods. So we have to find another way, and we will use an open-close principle in here to achieve this. Because of those reasons, I created this class which is called Card Parts Animator. It is a part of a base card view, and as I will introduce more and more type of animations, this will become a list. Card Parts Animator is binded to the view and view model. It allows me to control what happens to which part of a card view based on changes of model and view model. And I'm really glad that I did wrote down this code like this, because instantly I got two bugs. One of those was that all of the cards displayed a number of life equal to 12. I don't know why, because none of my cards have a 12 life, but this was kind of strange. And the next error that is much more complicated to solve is that the big picture of a card also have the animation of this life change thing, and I don't want it to be here. And to solve this problem, I did extract an abstract class from a card part animator, and as you can see, it is really small class with one abstract method in which I will write down the logic when the animation will trigger and how the animation should behave. Thanks to this approach, I have two different animations for life change. First one is the one that you have already seen, which is responsible for the animating of the numbers, and the second one is responsible for showing life on a big card like 2 out of 10 life, without any of those animations that you previously seen. It also allowed me to delay a visual effect of a light change a little bit later, and now this change is more synchronized with the things that are happening on a scene. This is nearly the end of this video. And if you felt confused about the opening, check the link below in the description for more information about it. I think I will try to make more of these meme things because it's really funny to make and it made me laugh and it was nice to watch. I guess at least it was nice to watch for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, this will help me a lot. So, see ya and bye!